Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me? Holler if you hear me.
What's the point in causing a rupture?
What's happening?
Lab After Dark starts now.
Welcome to Lab After Dark. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. Good to see you. Good to be here. really sorry about yesterday, and just I'm really not sure. Well, I am sure, but I know now. I know why it happened, and I won't bore you with the details. But it was it sucked. It was so annoying, but I haven't had any problems like that in a while. But life goes on. Everything's okay. So it's good to see you guys. Great to be here. Let me see here. Let me take a look at the chat. Say hi to some people. Okay. It actually wasn't Otis's fault today, but not today. You had more faith than anybody's ever had in me then. Oh, it sucked. Oh, I was annoyed. I mean, it was like, I don't know. I just knew. I used to have meltdowns about this stuff. Meltdowns, like absolutely, just doomsday, pissed off, overly, I mean, it just used to just, I guess you could say it would grind my gears, but it's just not worth it anymore. And I'm sure some of you were here for some of that. I'm sure some of you have witnessed it. I mean, I'm telling you, it was like full on meltdowns. Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're not as bad. They're not as bad as they used to be. They were bad, but they're not as bad. But no question, yes. Yeah, I think so. I think that they're I think they're a little better now. Paquito? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I didn't rage quit. I couldn't even rage start. I wanted to start. I wanted to at least start so at least I could rage, You can't rage if you can't start. You want an example of me melting down? When things would start going wrong, I would just go, I don't even want to do this. I don't even know why I do this. I hate it. I hate StreamYards. I hate Streamlabs. I hate this computer. I have the best equipment and it still sucks. And, and it was just on and 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 on like that. And it would take up like an entire show sometimes. And then sometimes I'd just be like, all right, I'm leaving. And then I would leave. I would just disappear. I go, all right, I'm done. All right, I quit. It was like a continuous thing. It was just like, oh my God. And the audience would suffer through it. Well, you would have to see it live, I guess. Why are you always giving me shit? You're giving me shit about not dating 90-year-olds, and now you're giving me shit about it's not a meltdown. Trust me, it was a full-blown meltdown. No question. Trust me, it was a meltdown. Trust me. They were meltdowns, okay? as like a little kid, not like a little, but they were enough. Trust me. You don't want to, it's just, it makes for a miserable show and people still stick around and they're like, it's all right. And then I just put the audience through hell and, you know, appreciate it is what it is. Thank you. Appreciate that. I would just put everybody through hell, including myself. So it was no good. You just don't, you don't want to see it, man. It just makes for a terrible show. It does. It does. And then, you know, everybody like, but anyway, that rarely happens anymore. But I mean, I was annoyed last night, but I was nowhere. I wasn't even close to that. I was just like, I can't even get started. I couldn't even get started to have a meltdown. You got to actually get going to have the actual on-air meltdown, which I've had plenty of. I just turn it off. I go, yeah, well, you know what? I'm done. Just done. I'm done. But I'm mature now. I've grown up. Sometimes I would come back, sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes I would come back and sometimes I wouldn't. Sometimes it was bad. But I haven't done that in quite a while. Now, you've seen me get mad about it, I guess. But not as bad as it used to be. I mean, 3 years ago, it would just be like, I don't know. It would be like a Chernobyl meltdown. You know, like, you know, it was bad sometimes. But those days are over. Or are they? You never know. Look, it could come back. I have it in me. I certainly have it in me. I remember not that long ago, I was having like sound issues, and people and people would just hammer on. They go, the sound sucks. I can't hear it. The sound this and the sound that, you know, and it just like drove me nuts. And I just went, you know what? I'm gonna quit. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to bed. And then I wouldn't, and I would stay, and I'd just go, wow, 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 wow. On and on and on and on and on. And on. So anyway, there's that. And anyway, officially, there's a beef in the neighborhood about shared fences and the style of fences that's going on, and you know, I can't take much more of it. I mean, look, it's like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm on the treadmill, and I'm starting my day right. And I get it, like, all of a sudden the Ring doorbell camera goes off. And it's the lady behind me that shares the fence. And she's like, hey, you got a second? I'm dripping in sweat. Like, I'm profusely sweating. What am I, you know, and I was this close to going, no, I don't actually. Because I was a quarter of a mile from finishing my workout. 1/4 of a mile from finishing it. And I said, sure. And she says, are you having a new fence put in? And I said, no, absolutely not. She goes, well, you know, the neighbors next door here are having a fence put in. And I told him I was going to contribute to doing it. And I said, that's great. Awesome. Happy. Love when everybody gets along. I love when a plan comes together. That's what I said. I said, yeah, it's great. I'm glad. And she goes, but he's not using the right kind of fence, like the right kind of wood. I said, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's wood, right? And she looks me dead in the eye. I'm sweating profusely. I'm like huffing and puffing. My heart rate's 135. And she says, we need grape stick. I said, I don't know what that is. The hell's grape stick? She goes, it's what this neighborhood was built on. I said, I thought it was built on dirt. Grape stick. The hell is that? I don't know. I don't know what grape stick is. I have no idea. It's what this like it's Plymouth Rock. Like it's Plymouth Rock or something. Well, her issue is because she's like, oh, he's not taking it over to your side. And I go, no, he's not. He's not. She goes, well, I can see it through my bushes. I don't know what to tell you. So she's like, well, I'm going to have a talk with him. And I said, that sounds great. I think you should have that talk with him right now. That's what I said. And if you're watching, neighbor, I'm sorry, but I had to. Yeah, more grape bullshit. I'm gonna have to have a chat with him. I said, that's awesome, man. That's great. Let's get that conversation underway. Sans me, because I gotta get back to it. I had a good sweat going, and God bless you and the grape stick. I mean, it's just like, is it grape steaks? I don't know. What is a grape steak? Grape stick? Grape steak? I don't know. I don't care. That's the thing. There are things in this world that I don't care about, and then there are things that I really don't care about. And types of fences, I don't care. I don't care about. I don't live. There's not a homeowners association. We don't live there. All my neighbors have 10 times more money than I do. So, they can fight over, that kind of stuff. It's not like, I don't care. I don't care. They're like retired doctors and engineers. I don't know, whatever. Like I said, they got other problems that doesn't, like, I don't care. So that was 9:30 this morning. It's called Grape Steaks. I don't know what it is, dude. In the woods, it doesn't even look good. It's like old and sucks. All right, yeah, here, I found some. I'll show you. Yeah, here you go. There's some grape steak for you. What did I say? Grape sticks? I call them sticks. Yeah, this is what they are. They look like shit. They're like old and decrepit. Why would anybody want to do that? Like, why? Who? I don't blame them. I wouldn't put that shit up either. It looks horrible. That's what this. What did she say? That's what this neighborhood was built on. Look at that shit. Yeah. All right. So let's tear down some rotting fence and put up more rotten fence. I'm on his side. Now, look, it looks fine when it's like it's because it's there already, so you don't really think about it, and you just go, "Oh, that's kind of an old school looking fence," but you don't think about it like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't go, "Wow, what a throwback that is! Holy mackerel, man, that's awesome." Nobody thinks about it. I mean, this is what they look like. It's not terrible. It's not great. You know. So, I don't know. Hopefully it gets settled. Hopefully it gets settled. It won't. It won't get settled. This is something that's going to go on for days, and I have nothing to do with it because I have nothing to contribute. I have no desire. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. I mean, I wish it did, but it doesn't, and that's a bad thing, you know. I mean, I don't know if like I don't know. I don't know if it's ugly. It's just an old fence. It's like I don't know. I don't like it. Nor do I. It's just whatever. That's what I got. That's what was being brought to my attention this morning. Grape steaks. Grape steaks. And she's like, I want grape steak. I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Look. Petaluma, not that far. So this must be a California thing. This is bullshit. It's turning out to be a real whodunit. So this must be a California thing. Whatever. I got better things to worry about. Unbelievable. I mean, that could have been settled with a phone call. I mean, I guess it could have been settled with a phone call. I wouldn't have been happy about the phone call either, but at least I could have gotten back to her, you know. Yes, she has my number. We all have a neighborhood watch. But I'm just telling you that like those are things that all and as far as the conversation goes with me, all she has to say is, hey, are you having part of your fence rebuilt? And I would have said, hell no. Bye. That would have been the conversation. And that would have been over. My part of it would have been done. Finito. And so anyway, but of course not. Of course not. Why would that happen? Why should I not be bothered by other people's crap? But who knows? Whatever. Anyway, that's how my day started. And then I guess it got a little better. So also, I had this like sort of a daydream the other day. And it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I don't know if I can ever make this happen. But I've been researching the possibility of eradicating mosquitoes from the world, all 3,500 species. That the world would be better off without mosquitoes. And I've done my due diligence on this, to be honest with you. And you know, and I know there's going to be people that go, well, you know that mosquitoes contribute to the ecosystem. Well, sort of. Kind of. Not really. Like, they would get replaced fairly quickly by another kind of food source, fish, frogs, whatever. But mosquitoes are really just the hemorrhoid of the world. They're annoying. They sting. They make you bleed. They give you, they're the number one animal or thing or killer or whatever. They cause more deaths than any animal or
And one
insect
big doodle donated
in the
$4.99
world.
through Super Chat. Just got my SS check today, so I'm feeling particularly grateful for Lad. Hugging face emoji, dancer emoji, drum emoji.
Oh God, the guy's back, or the talker's back. Did you guys hear that, or was that just me? He's back. One big doodle, thank you so much. I appreciate you. They can give you malaria. They can give you, and here's the thing: was that the reason that I say this is because somebody. Let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. This is one day ago from KFI AM 640. Los Angeles County health officials confirmed the county's first West Nile virus death of the year Thursday, as state officials warn that activity from the mosquito-borne disease has reached a 5-year high across California. It's awesome. The person who died was San Fernando Valley resident who was hospitalized with neurological illness caused by severe West Nile virus. Okay. Let's see. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health served no additional information about the resident was released. 15 West Nile virus infections have been documented in Los Angeles County so far this year, excluding Long Beach and Pasadena, which have their own health department. So it's actually more. It's more. And I'm sure there are people in the chat that are taking up for mosquitoes. I've researched this. I've thoroughly researched this. I've done my homework, folks. It's not like getting rid of bees. And dragonflies don't just eat them. They eat other things too. Just the same way that larvae and fish do as well. Life finds a way. It's sustainable. Now, I know that somebody said get rid of snakes. The thing is, you can't get rid of snakes. They suck and they're disgusting, but they're far too important to the ecosystem. But here we have something that could be eradicated. And I'm telling you, Life will go on. We will survive. It would be okay. I've researched this, folks. I'm telling you. I hate mosquitoes. I hate them. They don't really help much. They're going to say mosquitoes have feelings and can feel pain, but not if they're eradicated. Not if they're extinct. They would have no more feelings and they would have no more whatever pain. No pain, no suffering. All gone. All done. So I'm just saying it would be advantageous of us if we could do something like all get on board. Look, there are a couple things that I'm very passionate about, and this is one of them, getting rid of mosquitoes. The other thing is that I think that we waste way too much saran wrap on muffins, and that there'd be a better way to store them. I don't know what it is about saran wrap, but it really bothers me. I don't know why. Does Dr. Gary love all animals? I don't know. This is not something that I would consult Dr. Gary on. It's just not, so I would never consult him on it because I wouldn't care what he had to say about it. It's not a crime thing. It's a wild animal thing. It's an insect thing. And I'm telling you that, like, do you guys understand how many people a year die from mosquitoes worldwide? How many people die from mosquitoes every year? Mosquitoes kill between 700,000 and 1 million people each year, making them the deadliest animal on Earth. You're welcome. They do not kill directly, but pass on bad germs and sickness like malaria. I don't even know what the hell this is. Dengue. I don't know what that is. Sounds awful. Yellow fever when they bite. Malaria causes over 600,000 deaths each year, mostly in young children. I don't know what that is. I don't know what dengue is. Dengue makes millions sick and causes tens of thousands of deaths. Yellow fever, Zika. So anyway, argue with that. The numbers don't lie. Dengue, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. Dengue fever. I've never even heard of that. So that's what I'm saying. I think I have a pretty good plan here, folks. And I'm going to start a petition, and I hope you guys will sign it, because we can eradicate these bastards. Look, if the Indians could take out the buffaloes, we can certainly, in 2026, get rid of all 3,500. It'll take some years, but we can do it. It's not that it can't happen. It can happen. can happen and it will happen. And I don't think it's cruel. I actually think it's a great idea. I bet you've never heard somebody talk about it. Not openly. Josh, all life is important. I don't know about that. Anything that gives you dengue fever. Nah, because flies do something even more important than that. Flies are sort of actually kind of necessary, unfortunately. At least I think so. I've looked into the fly situation. It's really not that bad. Ticks are rough. Flies are the gray hues of well, who's the tick? Who's the tick of the bug world? They need to go. I'm telling you, I really see no use for them. Oh my God. Now I keep feeling like there's a mosquito. I'm not even kidding. I feel like there was a mosquito on the back of my neck. It's freaking me out. Sorry, that rant made me parched. I just think that they're bad. I just don't think they're good for society. Give me a second here. I mean, we need deep thinkers like that. We need people, look, I have all this perspicacity that I need to share with the world, and so that's what I'm doing. I don't know how we would do it, but we could. Yeah, well, whatever. Who cares? Oh, this has let me make sure. This is BPA free, Justin. Nice try. You think I don't know about my plastics? What am I going to drink out of? I don't just have like bottles of glass. I don't recycle my own stuff. There's a difference between mosquitoes and drinking out of plastic bottles. There just is. How many people die of drinking out of plastic bottles a year? I bet you it's not 700 to 1 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of deaths, man. I'm telling you. Well, the straw thing, this is what I don't understand. The straw thing is an easy fix. You just have to make the straws a little bit bigger than the nose of the turtle. that, and people need to stop throwing garbage into the ocean. That's, I mean, one or the other, or maybe a combination of both. At least how I feel about it. And if you have not, please hit that like button. Well, look, yeah, I'm all for saving turtles, but, you know, giving up plastic straws is just not. I don't see how. I do not see how a stainless steel straw would be any better for a turtle. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm for turtle. Like I'm pro turtle. I like turtles. Huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. One of my favorite all-time childhood characters. Raphael. I don't know why. And everybody called me gay because he wore purple. And I just thought it was fashion forward. But all my friends were like, you would like the purple one. And I was like, dude, he's the coldest out of all of them. He can rock purple and get away with it. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. Purple's a great color. I like it. I'm a big fan of Raphael. You know, anybody can wear orange. Anybody can wear red. I don't even know what the other color was. What was the other color? I don't remember the other color. Red, orange, blue. Yeah, anybody could wear those. Stupid. Anybody could wear that. But I'm telling you, I was a Raphael fan. He had he was the best, dude. No, I did not like the purple Teletubby. I never watched the Teletubbies. How old do you think I am? Teletubbies? I'm 40 years old, for God's sakes. Didn't the Teletubbies come out when I was like in my 20s? If I was watching the Teletubbies, no. Oh, it was Donatello that was purple? Sorry, I meant Donatello. Whoever the purple one was, I liked him. I don't even remember. It's been so long. The Teletubbies. Yeah, the Teletubbies. Yeah, I loved the Teletubbies. It was awesome. Teletubbies. The Teletubbies are not the same thing, basically, as the Ninja Turtles. I mean, you could say that, and you could try and troll me and get me upset, and it's not going to work. I won't take the bait because, first of all, they're mutants. They're teenagers, and they're turtles. Hence the name Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And their father was a rat, like an actual overgrown rat, Master Splinter. We had a pizza place here years ago that actually got shut down. I'm not sure if it was because there were rats in there, but there was an enormous rat that used to run through there, and all the kids that worked there called it Master Splinter, which I thought was a nice ode to the actual Master Splinter. Swear to God. I mean, it really happened. It's a true story. The pink one, just because she was hot. The Teletubbies liked pizza? Yeah, but everybody likes pizza. You can't say that the Teletubbies, look, all right, I don't want to get going on this, but I'm just going to address it because now it's annoying me. But just because the Teletubbies and the Ninja Turtles both like pizza does not mean they're the same at all. I'm not really sure where this comment came from, but it says explosive diarrhea. Summer is great for salads and fruit. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's wonderful. Oh, God. It's not hard to accept. There's nothing to accept. I'm not accepting it. I'm not having trouble accepting it because there's nothing to accept. The Teletubbies and the Ninja Turtles are nowhere near the same. The Teletubbies aren't crime fighters taking out the scum in the New York subway. That's not what was happening. Now, was it? No, of course it wasn't. What did the Teletubbies do besides roll down the hill? And I don't even know that they did that because I never really watched them, but I just saw them go, dude, you know, they didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't want to talk about Teletubbies anymore. They didn't do anything. Yeah. If you've never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Return of the Ooze, it's one of the, and Vanilla Ice was in it, if you remember that. And then Shredder. Do you remember Shredder? Shredder was in that. And then Vanilla Ice saying that, go Ninja, go. You remember that? Teletubbies never had Vanilla Ice on their show that I know of. That's a fact. And that is another reason why there's 10 degrees of separation between the Tubs and the Turtles. So, look, I support, back to our original point before it got hijacked by somebody trying to gaslight me and say, well, look, the Teletubbies and the Ninja Turtles are pretty close to the same. They share DNA. Nobody shares DNA with the Turtles. Nobody. They're teenagers. They're turtles. They're mutants. Teletubbies, I don't even know what they are. They just wear little outfits. That's a big deal. And they know karate. They know karate. What do the Teletubbies know karate? No, I don't think they do. I don't know. I don't know if they do or not. Maybe they do. Who cares? Terrible. They were fruity aliens. All right, well, there you go. See? Were they really aliens? Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. I think this show has officially jumped the shark. Not this specific episode. I'm just talking about the whole show in general. We have jumped the shark. They roll down hills and jump. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that? What is that? It doesn't even mean anything. Were you born by the 1960s? Do I look like I was born by the 1960s? I mean, is that a possibility? 1960s. That was when my parents were born. No. I was born at the end of 85. Was born in November 85. Not 1960. 1960. How old would that okay, so what is that? How old would that make me? 66 years old? It's fine. Like, it doesn't matter if that's when you were born, but I mean, does it look like I was born in 1960? Yeah, there were a lot of people that were born in the 60s, but wouldn't you be okay? But say, all right, here's for all the people that are getting upset about me saying, was I born in 1960? How would you like it if somebody says, were you born in 1940? Would you like that? If you were born in 1960, it looked like somebody was born in 1940. You look like you were born in 1940. You would be a little offended by that. 1935, post-World War II. You would be offended by that. So, don't get all sanctimonious with me. Don't do it. Don't go, well, Josh. It's like, no, I'm not dissing anybody. It's dissing, not dishing. I'm not dishing anybody. I'm just saying, if you were born in 1960 and somebody says, when were you born? 1935? That would not, you wouldn't be. I don't have to take your guys' abuse. This is an option, trust me.
At Gofferaro8353 donated $10 through Super Chat. Josh, we have a parasite in Michigan causing explosive diarrhea. No lettuce or fruit. Wasn't being weird.
Oh. I'm sorry that that's going on. Trust me, I am. I'm really sorry.
At Good None, you donated $9.99 through Super Chat for your AARP membership fees.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't think you were being weird. I just like when I read it at the beginning, it was weirder when it was read by the TTS. That made it a little weirder. But I am terribly sorry that that's going on. I've had a parasite before. I think. Not like a Robert Kennedy one, but I've had one for sure. Have a little sugar. What do I need sugar for? Having fun. Just having a blast, all right? No, it wasn't a tapeworm. I don't know. I don't remember. It was in 2012. I was sick for quite a while. Also, and I know McDonough doesn't believe me, and he hasn't like straight up called me a liar about it, but I think that he's like on the cusp. But I caught kennel cough from my dogs once as well.
At NJ_Elaine_1 donated $9.99 through Super Chat. If being born in the 60s is horrible, what about the 70s? And 80s? Flushed face emoji.
It's not horrible. I'm just saying that I wasn't. If I was born in the 60s, somebody said you look like you're born in the 60s, I'd say good job, congratulations. Yes, I caught kennel cough from my dogs. They both had kennel cough. Macho started with it. He had the honk. And then I ended up with it as well. Not really. I mean, they were. A little bit. They were trying to. I know. I caught kennel cough from my dogs. I mean, it really happened. It was a real thing. I know we weren't drinking out of the same water bowl. It's just a virus. It's just like, you've never heard of a person getting kennel cough? It's a real thing, I'm telling you. Yes, humans can get kennel cough from dogs, but it's rare. Most of the viral causes of kennel cough are completely species specific, pose no threat to humans. However, the primary bacteria cause, Bordetella bronchiosepta, can occasionally cross over to humans. And that's what happened to me. It happened to me. It was a son of a bitch. It was just like an upper respiratory infection. Parvo, you got getting parvo would be a really big problem too. Did the vet shove some peroxide down your throat? No, he didn't. Should he have? I could have. See, that's the thing between me and Otis is that if he would have shoved, yeah, dude, he did. I don't think he believed me. I didn't get that sick. I mean, it sucked. I got sick, but it wasn't like life or death. But it crossed over. It was like the movie Outbreak. It's terrible. You don't believe what? That I got kennel cough? Well, I did. I absolutely did get kennel cough. It was terrible. It was terrible. And it was weird because Macho had it first. Then, and they told me to isolate him. Basically, they wanted me to keep him in a cage in a separate room for 2 weeks to make sure that Otis didn't get it. I said, no. It's just not going to happen. I mean, they're like, there's no way that can happen. Otis would be trying to get to him, and Macho would go nuts in that cage. It's just, you know. So anyway, Otis ended up getting it just right after that, like immediately. And then after that, I got sick. Had the same cough. That was the noise I made. It was terrible. I did. I did. I felt bad for him. The thing too was, you know what was the best thing for kennel cough, and I'll tell you this. And this is a little secret. Teaspoon of honey really helps kennel cough. For the dogs. It makes a big difference. So, if you ever have a dog that gets kennel cough, hook them up with I think you can give them up to 3 or 4 teaspoons a day. And it really does soothe the cough. And it was really funny because before Otis had the kennel cough, I would give it to Macho, and then Otis would line up behind him. He was pretending to be sick too. So he wanted the honey bad. That's all right. I did all right. We made it. I locked myself in a cage. I'm all about herd immunity. I just thought that was I locked myself in a cage. Like when I had COVID, I lived in the garage. Kept away from everybody. I said, I'm going to be in here and check on me in, 10 days. And if I'm still here, I'll roll out of here. If I'm not, just set it on fire and get the insurance money. And then everyone's like, you're being dramatic. I said, well, because I had it really early. I was like a 2020, when did I get it? I was probably in my county. I was one of the first 5 people to get it, of course, right? And it was super early. Knew nothing about it. And I think it was February of 2020 or something like that. It was really early on. And I said I locked myself in a garage for 10 days. I had everything door dashed to me. That was so terrible. Just like running a fever nonstop, couldn't taste anything, just sitting there. There was a couch in the garage, but other than that, but it was so early. It was before anybody really knew anything. And it was when they were putting out the, that like in the county, they would tell you how many new cases there were. And so it was like, there had only been like 2 or 3 maybe confirmed cases. And then I ended up with, so I was either like the 3rd or 4th person in the county. It was rough. And it was really strong. Like that was the strongest version of it. Because I had it again. And then again. And then I got vaccinated 7 times. Nothing helped. Nothing stopped. Nothing worked. It didn't even matter. I was like, just whatever. I didn't care. But here was the cool thing. Every time I would catch it, I knew that I was immune for about 6 months. So I was like licking doorknobs and everything. I was just like going to movie theaters, sharing popcorn with everybody. Just whatever. Just doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And like passing out popcorn. Here you go. I'm kidding. I wasn't licking doorknobs, but I did feel pretty invincible. And then the second time I got it wasn't that bad. And then the third time I got it wasn't that bad. And then I got somewhere in between all of those infections, I got vaccinated probably, I don't know, 7 times. I was like, not good. Not good. It was rough. I remember the people licking the toilet seats. That was disgusting. Just unbelievable. People are mental. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I was just a social butterfly. I don't know. I was a social butterfly. My grandma collapsed too, actually, when she got it. She did. She got pretty sick, but then she got the antivirals. They wouldn't give me the antivirals. Not the second time. That's terrible. Yeah, it was so bad, man. I'm telling you, that first strand was so rough. It was really bad. And you're right, YouTube bad actors. My immune system was weakened because I had just been on like antibiotics a few times. Like I had a rough year and a half, but not as rough as some people. I'm not gonna complain. Well, I might, but it was a weird time. That's terrible, Justin. I'm truly sorry. Terrible thing. I don't even know why I started talking about this. I thought we were talking about the Ninja Turtles. But that is terrible. Losing anybody like that. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Very brutal. It surely like, I don't know, I don't really keep up on it anymore, but I'm just saying that it was the early strains were really, really bad because it was just you remember when everybody was talking about this hantavirus and everybody was freaking out, oh my God, the hantavirus is the new COVID. And it's just like, no, it wasn't. I said right here on this show, on this very show, that it's not. People were asking me about it. What do you think about the new hantavirus? And it's like, it's not a novel virus. It's not something that's like not known. Like people knew about, like this had been happening. They know about all the strains. They knew about everything. It wasn't new. So, it just wasn't new. It's been around. And it just was like, I had, you want to know what was weird is that, and you say the people that survived the first rounds either had long COVID or, so my asthma, when I was born with asthma, my asthma actually ended up coming back from that. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was rough. Very, very tough. And I felt really, really.
At Darcy Line
Horrible for
7798 donated $10 through Super Chat. Josh, my poor dog had 4 teeth yesterday. Giving him medicine reminded of you and the peroxide with Otis.
Oh, he had him pulled out? Oh, God. Poor dog. Hope he's doing all right. Yeah. Yeah, it brought my asthma back. It's just unbelievable. Which it's gotten a lot better, but it was pretty bad. Like I had to get on an inhaler again. It sucked. But like I said, a lot of people lost people, which is I didn't lose anybody, thank God, but my grandma got really sick from it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about I want to talk about kennel cough some more. Were you the one that said that you? I saw your comment earlier. Did you say that you told your vet about the show about the grapes? Oh God, the grapes, and now the stupid grape steaks. Sons of bitches. Excuse my language. Tomorrow night, call-in show with Dr. Gary. Yeah, tomorrow night. I know, man. Grapes have, like, they're like, I'm even like tomorrow. So so I wake up in the morning, I exercise, I eat, and then after I eat, I go and stretch my legs after the exercise. Like I stretch out because, your legs get tight after a while. And I might just skip that because I know the neighborhood's going to be a buzz. It's going to be like I already know it's going to be terrible. People are going to want me to opine, and I'm telling you, I'm going to tell them I don't care. Like it doesn't have anything to do with me. But the lines are gonna be drawn. Lines in the sand. It's gonna be bad. I mean, these are my two neighbors. I share a fence with one, and the other. And guess what? I don't care about either one of the fences. I don't care. You could put up milk crates for all I care. Super glue them together. We're building a wall. Then build a wall. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Build whatever kind of fence you want. You want to make it the electric fence from Jurassic Park that shocks the shit out of the T-Rex? Fine. Just leave me alone. Chain link fence would work perfect. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not going into their yard. They're not coming into mine. I don't need it. Doesn't matter. If somebody comes over to my house tomorrow asking me about that fence, and I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is only the start. You should have seen the look in her eye. She said to me, I want grape steaks. That's what she said. I saw the look in her eye. Yeah, electric fence would be good. That would, you know what, electric fence. How about everybody? Well, just everybody can.
And Mary
just,
Fairy Fly donated
just
$5
do
through
it.
Super Chat. Grape Steaks of Wrath.
Grape steaks are rather. I would be fine if we just drew lines in the ground. It's fine with me. Like I'm telling you, like these people, this is what their days consist of. What kind of fence? You know, like I said, they have 10 times more money than I have. So they worry about these little cosmetic things. I have to save all of my money for eventually when my dogs do something stupid. I'm not worried about fences. Get over here. Come on. Otis. Get in here. It's like sounds like a high stakes game to me. Well, it is. Mid-century modern concrete block. Fine. It doesn't matter to me. That's what I'm telling you. I'm just getting on what happened last night to Josh. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And you know why I'm not going to do it? Because I don't care. Is that terrible? Is that terrible of me? Because there's going to be, it's going to end in a fist fight. I'm telling you, there's going to be two 75-year-old women at some point are going to fight. I already know it. They're already annoyed with each other about the fence thing. This fence talk has been going on. And then someone takes action, and now it's a problem. And I'm tired of it. And I'm just going to say, hey, look, you go take your Metamucil. I don't know what you do, but go have some protein, some, I don't know, some Pepto and yogurt or something. I don't know. Just leave me out of it. Yeah, prunes, do some, whatever, just like, yeah, applesauce, all the kind of shit, just leave me alone. Like, I like them all. They're all nice people, but it's going to be bad. It's going to be a revolt. It's going to be like January 6th all over again. You can feel it. It's gonna suck, dude. Well, I'm not a Padre fan, thank God. So they're probably looking like shit. My Giants aren't doing so good, but the Padres, who cares? So anyway, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? The neighborhood potluck. I don't know. I threw away the flyer. It was, and they, they printed it. Whoever was passing out the potluck flyers, they got the really expensive one, the super gloss. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? The super gloss paper. And so I threw it away. So I don't know. And I didn't mark it in my calendar. It was like a save the date, like it's a wedding or something. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to save this. Every time you see finger foods, I think of how much you hate them. I like finger foods as long as it's just my fingers. But I don't like finger foods that other people finger. That didn't come out exactly the way that I intended it to. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's McDonough. McDonough is the Padres fan. Like, I don't mind my own fingers. Dude, my grandma used to double dip. It used to piss me off so much. She was that's what I couldn't believe it. Just what a gnarly thing to do. I watched her do it. She did it at parties. Double dipped. I used to get so mad. Like, why would you do that? And for some reason, she didn't know why it was bad. She's from Oklahoma. Yeah, exactly. But like when you would call her out on it, she was just like, what? It's disgusting. She doesn't do it anymore, but I've caught her more than once. I'm not an eating etiquette snob. You know why? Because nobody should be double dipping. And that's a fact. If it was her own personal dip, it wouldn't be a problem, but it was the party's dip. It was everybody's dip. It wasn't just grandma's. Everybody. Everybody's dip was involved. It was a terrible thing. And so let's recap the night. So we started off with the fence debacle. So, which by the way, this is only just begun. The wrong kind of fence is being put up apparently according to one of my neighbors, and the other of my neighbors says that it's the right kind of fence. One neighbor wants grape stake, the other one wants normal wood. Okay. I was interrupted at 9:00 this morning while exercising. Not fun. Two things I don't like: exercising and being interrupted when I'm doing it. Okay. Then we had a plan to eradicate mosquitoes from the world. That was fun. And that could happen still. Debbie says fences, mosquitoes, ticks, lice, Teletubbies, mutants. What else? Kennel cough, COVID, double dipping, turtles. There's a lot. I mean, we covered a lot of stuff, really, to be honest with you. Parvo, we talked about Parvo a little bit. We talked the straws, but that's where the turtles came in. I did absolutely. I absolutely finished it. I have to. I cannot continue with my day if I don't. I have to finish. I just cannot not do that. It's just not something. But it's still interrupted, which sucked. I didn't like that. So anyway, let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. But it was a solid gamut. I mean, gamut or gambit, I don't know. I also used the word, let me see. I used the word perspicacity. I don't think anyone caught that. When inquiring about my absolute forethought of eradicating mosquitoes from the face of the earth, perspicacity, my ultimate perspicacity. No, we didn't talk about corn dogs. We would never talk about corn dogs. Corn dogs will never, ever. I don't talk about those things anymore. Perspicacity means like foreshadowing or like knowledge of forethought. I used it perfectly. Yeah, no corn dog talk. I don't like corn dogs like that. I had mini corn dogs tonight. Great. We did talk about... yes. How could I forget explosive diarrhea? Yes. That was actually funny when that read out loud. Sam, thank you for gifting 5 Lab After Dark memberships. We did not talk about old people. That's not true. That's not true. It's not true. We didn't talk about old people. What we talked about was somebody, you asked me, and I think it was you, asked me if I was born in the 60s. That's what happened. And I said, do I look like I was born in the 60s? And then the people that were born in the 60s got pissed off at me. And they said, what's wrong with being born in the 60s? Nothing if you were born in the 60s. Like I said, wouldn't it suck if you were born in the 60s and somebody said you were born in the 40s? That's what happened. I did not say old people. I never said that. I would never do that. We didn't talk about old people at all. You did. Exactly. That's all I meant. I was born in 1985, at the end of 85. No, we're not adding old people to the list. It's not happening. Because we didn't talk about old people. We didn't talk about them.
Rhinoceros.
At Styro7769 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Thanks for another entertaining lab. Smiley face emoji. Eradicate the mosquitoes.
Dubs in the chat for eradicating mosquitoes. Dubs in the chat. I would have loved to be a teen in the 50s. Damn. I remember my grandpa, I always remember when he would say that he was born in 1985. Excuse me, 1935. I always thought that, I always went, wow, now that's impressive. 1935. It's crazy. When you're born, that always felt like a lot. And then he would tell me that his mom was born in like she was born in 1910. I always thought, wow, that's a long time ago. And then he said his dad was born in like 1899. That's incredible. Now, if you were born, look, if there's somebody in here that was born in 1935, congratulations, you're old. I mean, that is an old person. That's fine, though. My mother's mom was born in 1886. Damn, that was like 10 years after Lincoln. That's wild, dude. My mom was born in 66. She would have been 60 years old this January 13th. No, you couldn't. What year were you born? You would have put me up for adoption, to trust me. It wouldn't have lasted. He'd have been like, this kid sucks. By the way, no, we're not talking about old people. I'm not saying that people that were born in the 60s are old. My aunts and uncles were born in the 60s. I don't think they're old. I mean, they're not young, but they're not old. My dad was born in 1914. That's incredible. That's like, what was that, 2 years after the Titanic? That's impressive. That's impressive. Where's Otis at? Hold on one second. Otis, come here. What are you doing out there? Get up there. Come here. He's such a pain. It's very. You want me to play a great clip? I can play a great clip. Hold on. I'm not going to play all these tonight, but I do appreciate all of them. And I will play them. Okay, hold on. We'll end it with a shitty gray clip. By the way, he had on, like, I went to look tonight, like at his live, and he had on like members only music. How many people could be watching that? We have to. Members only. All right, here we go.
Pickup truck.
Hey guys, I need to get the support for the channel when we do these trial redos. If you're not interested, that's great. But as you can see, we can't even get one person to match the challenge in here. Okay. See, this is what the problem is doing these kind of things is we only got like 891 people, you know, nobody's chatting. Nobody's really interested in supporting the channel. And I need the, you know, like the regular freaks who are always here supporting. And I guess they're just not really interested in this. But right now we have a challenge on the board up here. And we're just absolutely getting crushed tonight. We're at $15 total. That's like 1/20th of a normal goal. All right. And so we have somebody in here who's generous enough, Haley, saying she'll donate 5 memberships or whatever if just 5 of you donate one $5 super chat. Why is that so difficult? I mean, it's just incredible in here. I think my work deserves more respect than that, you know? Ridiculous.
And we are seeing what appears to be the Volkswagen Atlas. So it's a couple seconds behind that truck.
Correct.
Wow. Oh no, Justin, it's very real.
$7:25 p.m. We have that Nest camera. We see a white truck. We see that two-tone truck. $7:25 p.m. We have that Nest camera. We see a white truck. We see that two-tone truck.
Ah, Jesus.
It shows 78 people watching.
And then we're going to see the victim's Atlas passing by as well. At 7:51:11, that two. Decently high rate. And then we have the victim's vehicle behind.
Do you guys think Gray hates me? Let's play another one real quick.
I'm starting to try to make the mug here. Look at that one right there. See that? Think that'll look cool?
He does hate me.
I'm going to make it so there's another image on the other side, I think. Yeah. Yep. All right. Did anybody hear what I just said a minute ago? If you guys could help support the channel for all the work that just went into that. 3 hours of editing and 3 hours of showing it. And I need the support from the people.
Donated $5 through Super Chat. I'm good. I'm bad. But when it comes to a challenge, I'm rad.
Thank you for that.
Watching the show.
Wow, we got a challenge. Wow. Donated $5. Wow, we're 1/20th off the goal.
All right, I didn't just say it just to say it.
Whoa, did you hear that? Listen to
Showing
this.
it and
Listen to this. Listen to this.
all right, did anybody hear what I just said a minute ago? If you guys could help support the channel for all the work that just went into that. 3 hours of editing and 3 hours of showing it, and I need the support from the people watching the show. All right, I didn't just say it just to say it.
Dude, my grandpa used to say that to me when he would tell me to like clean my room or go, you know, I don't know, go clean my room or take out the garbage. I didn't say it, just said like, Wally, jeez. What a crybaby. Hey, Greg, just so you know, we have 230 people watching here tonight. Just so you know. And we made more than $15. I didn't say it just to say it.
I don't want anybody sending me pictures of Marty's Bar and Grill. I don't want you doing any of that stuff. That's my...
Stream live TV and sports without cable.
Okay? I don't want it.
He just wrote in the chat during this clip, are we going to get the support up? He is so mad. Oh, look, somebody just donated. I don't know what the goal is. I think his goal is like $300 a night. Or maybe it's more. I don't know what the fire crackling crap is. I didn't say it just to say it. It's ridiculous.
It's got a couple different shots of the mug. It's a couple different shots of Marty's. One where the car driving away, and you know. So depressed. Just.
Just say he was depressed. This guy's a monster. It's like an actual social terrorist.
Okay, there we go. That's better. I mean, man, she was just on a mission. Got the white claws and got the hell out of there. No browsing. They're not rainforest, and you're not welcome here if you have that opinion. All right, I'm just letting you know.
Who's he talking to? Rainforest?
No, nobody made anything. Yeah. Yeah, the roommates have absolutely nothing to do with it, right? So you're not welcome here with that opinion. I know it's your opinion, and everybody goes, "It's just my opinion." You have to be a nut job to believe that, okay? And we don't like nut jobs. So here we go. right here. God, people are sick. I wish everybody who just claims that could get sued. You know? It's just disgusting. It's embarrassing, really, that there's people like that on the planet.
What a weird guy. I mean, he really is a weird guy. He wants people to get sued. I want people to get sued for their opinion, but Gray. Shut up. Shut up, Gray. Josh, request Gray to collab with you. No. I would never do that. I would rather, let me think, Trisha or Gray. I'd probably go Trisha, but only because it would be a little funnier. Gray, like, he sucks the life out of you. Like he's like a life vampire, like a real life vampire. Like he's just, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is. He's just like the worst. Should I can email him. I mean, I'll email him. I bet you he would accept. You know why he would accept? Because people show up. And you know what that means to Gray. But I would never do it. I would never sit on a panel with that guy. He's a piece of shit. You're not welcome with that opinion here. He's the dude at the party no one wants to talk to. Would he even get invited? I don't think he would get invited. All right, let's see. What time is it? All right. It's hot. No, I would never. I mean, should I? I'll have to check that out. Oh, God. I don't think I could do that to somebody. You want me to do an auction? Who would like to see an auction of time to spend with Josh? 20 minutes, 3 topics, Josh's choice. That would be awful. Yeah, they'll end up paying for a new fence for him. I honestly don't have a T-Rev update. I don't know. I think he's in the throes of addiction, to be honest with you, but that's just my assumption. I could be wrong. Let me check. Let's see. Yeah, he's on one of his hiatuses. He gets all pumped up about a comeback. I'm making a comeback, and then he never does. Well, I don't know if he's doing his Thug Dizzle or not, but he's doing something. Trevor Lee will be a special guest on Ryan Finds Truth. Interesting. You know, I have been watching. I watched Chris's show the other night about Sebastian with Seth on there, and then I've been seeing all this like bullshit. You know, more. You know that case on YouTube is as toxic as they come. You know, I as one of the people that were, you know, one of the first few to even cover that. It has turned into something that is just painful to listen to. And I can't even stomach it, you know. It's just nothing but high drama and bullshit, and I just can't stand it. So, you know, but I did like Seth's interview with McDonough. I've probably I've had Seth on the show, you know, so many times. And, you know, I just think it's just all, but besides those kind of interviews, everything else is feckless. It's feckless. And it's just content for drama. And it's just something that I'm really not that interested. You know, people ask me, have you seen this? But, you know, I don't care about any of those people. I swear to God, I do not care about any of them at all. Any of those YouTube personalities or whatever the frig they are. I don't know what they are, but I don't care about them at all. You know, and I don't think any of them know anything either. Because if any of them knew anything and held it back, and it prevented Sebastian from being found, which I don't think that that's the case, but then they should go to jail too. Other than that, they should all shut up. That's what I think. That's what I think, because they have nothing. There's nothing. They don't contribute to the conversation at all. None of them. They're all just piles of dog shit. So, you know, I get sent stuff and it's like, hey, you should comment on this, or did you see, or whoever that, you know, that truth guy. Like, I would rather stick my head in a vice grip and tighten it than listen to any of that. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. The unhingedness is just not up my alley anymore. There was a time when I would. There was a time when I would have reviewed something like that, but it's just, yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need any of it. It's stupid. It's sad. It's sad. But hopefully Sebastian is found. You know, as time goes on, it's hard to imagine that it would be a good outcome, but maybe it will be. Who knows? Yeah, look, Gray is different though. Like, yeah, Gray is a pain in the ass and he's annoying and he's funny to make fun of, but like with me, like I'm not mad at the guy. I don't care like that. I just, you know, I like to, but what we're talking about is on a whole different level of toxicity. This is a level of sickness that is beyond anything that I'm capable of understanding. And not capable of understanding, but also have no interest in understanding. It's just not I cannot waste my time on stuff like that. Life is really, really short. And there are other things that I want to talk about and think about. And I want to I don't have time. Even if I did have time, I swear to God, I could not be bothered to review that stuff. It's just like some of the most miserable stuff I've ever seen. Ever. So I stay away from it. Well, Rorik, it's something that goes back a really long way, and I don't have time to explain it tonight. But it just involves a case of Sebastian Rogers and all this disgustingness that went along with it that I'm just not interested in. And because I was early on in the case and covered a lot of it, all these little fragments of things that are still happening, this toxicness and this just brain rot that's happening. People say, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And I'm not interested. To be honest with you, I'm just not. I wish there was something. I was interested in the show that Chris did with Seth because I thought that was at least fruitful, and I believe Seth, despite what you may feel about him, is trying to find his son, whether you like him or not, and I don't care either way. I don't know. I don't think he probably does either. And I would, same thing with Chris and Katie. I would like to hear them do more of that, but I doubt that they will for reasons I won't get into. But other than that, I just I think it's, like I said, I think it's feckless. But people are always asking me, you should opine on it. I'm just not going to. I don't want to do that. It's just too demented. And I don't have the bandwidth for that kind of mental instability. I really, 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 really don't. And even if I did, I wouldn't want to do it. So anyway, if you're one of the people that contacted me about it, I'm sorry. That's kind of my answer. I don't want anything to do with it because I don't think it's it's boo-boo. I don't care. Talk to me when there's a real update or a real interview that doesn't have to do with people ranting and raving on the internet. Bunch of morons. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Andrew the Giant.
Oh, whoops. I'll catch you on the next one.
Ladies and
Andrew the Giant.
Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
Friday night. Tomorrow, on the lab, we have a call-in show with Dr. Gary. Bring your true crime questions to the table. I promise you, I'm going to try to keep it. I'm going to try and do faster phone calls tomorrow. I promise. I'm really going to try. It's something I'm working on. I know I hate keeping people on the line for so long. I'm going to try. I'll do my best. That's all I can do. But if somebody calls with a good question, sometimes I have to spend time with it. You have to. I don't know. We'll see. Joey kind of gets, Joey doesn't really count. Joey's sort of a normal contributor, so. Yeah, Eric, we kind of have, to be honest with you. And Summer's case. But we still talk about him. I talked to Bob the other day. Yeah, I am going to have Bob on.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing the eruption?
Lab After Dark starts now.
Lab, what is it, Lab After Dark or whatever. I don't know. He changed his name a few different times.